Okay, fine. So, see, we were discussing on the impulse reaction turbine with a similar blade cross section. That means this is a Parsons turbine with R is equal to zero point 0.5, and I have given all the conditions. Now, moving further, we'll try to obtain the expression for the gross stage efficiency and the optimal value of your speed ratio. Okay, expression for gross stage efficiency. Gross stage efficiency and the optimal value of speed ratio phi. We will try to obtain the expression for this. Already we have drawn the velocity triangle under. Now, if I try to consider the enthalpy drop, that is delta H for stator and delta H for rotor. Okay, so let's try to write for delta H for the rotor. So if I try to write for delta H for the rotor, it will be in terms of relative velocity. So now that is something like your VR2 square will be equal to, if you try to write it, VR2 will be equal to your V1, something like that. So let's write the uh, enthalpy drop in the rotor. The enthalpy drop in the rotor, that is delta H rotor is equal to, I can write it as VR2 square minus psi into VR1 square, where psi is the carryover coefficient which we already defined, divided by, okay, 2 times your maybe your blade efficiency, or maybe your nozzle efficiency, whatever we want, we can write it. Okay, so that is with respect to your blade efficiency. For a nozzle, this would have been with respect to nozzle efficiency. For a rotor, this will be blade efficiency. This will be blade efficiency. But we have considered that the blade efficiency, the nozzle efficiency are same. Either I can write blade efficiency or nozzle efficiency. Now, if you go back and see here, my VR2 is equal to VR1, sorry, V1. Okay, for R is equal to 0.5, for R is equal to 0.5 condition, my VR2 is equal to V1. So therefore, my enthalpy drop for the rotor, I can write it as, instead of VR2 square, I'll write it as V1 square minus psi into VR1 square. Okay, psi into VR1 square divided by 2 times of, either I can write blade efficiency or I can write nozzle efficiency. Let me write nozzle efficiency, doesn't matter. Okay, let me call this as equation number 1. Okay, now this velocity triangle. Consider the inlet velocity triangle. I am going to apply the cosine, that is, consider the triangle ADB. I am going to apply the cosine rule, that is VR1 square is equal to V1 square plus U square minus 2V1U into cos alpha 1. That's one cosine rule formula. And also I have defined phi is equal to U by V1. Already I have defined phi is equal to U by V1, or I can write U is equal to phi into V1. So I am going to use this from the inlet velocity triangle, from the inlet velocity triangle. Okay, that is A dB using cosine rule, I can write VR1 square is equal to V1 square plus U square minus 2 into V1 into U into cos alpha 1. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, so already I know that your U is equal to phi into V1. This already I have defined. So wherever I have my U, okay, wherever I have my U, I'm going to write in terms of V1. So therefore, your VR1 square is equal to V1 square plus phi square into V1 square minus 2 into V1 into phi into V1 into cos alpha 1, or I can write VR1 square is equal to V1 square. I can take it out. This will be 1 plus phi square into, phi square minus 2 into pi into cos alpha 1. So I'm going to call this as equation number 2. Maybe a few things are repeating. Okay, so now I'm going to substitute this VR1 square in the equation 1. So substitute this VR1 square in equation 1. So therefore I'm going to get delta H for the rotor is equal to, okay, this will be V1 square minus psi into V1 square into 1 plus phi square minus 2 into pi into cos alpha 1 whole thing divided by 2 times efficiency of the nozzle or efficiency of the blade. Okay. Now delta H rotor, this is the thing what I'm going to get. So here V1 square is common. I can take V1 square outside. This will become 1 minus psi into 1 plus phi square minus 2 phi cos alpha 1 whole thing divided by 2 times nozzle efficiency. This is your enthalpy drop in the rotor. Let me call this as equation number 3. Okay. Now, see, if I try to write it for your nozzle, okay, so if I write it for nozzle, I would have got something like V1 square minus psi into V2 square. See, if I try to write it for a nozzle, what will happen? See, delta H for the nozzle, what it would have been actually? This would have been V1 square minus psi into V2 square divided by maybe 2 times your, so if I try to write the same thing, 2 times your nozzle efficiency or something, 2 times your nozzle efficiency. Now what is your V1? V1 is equal to, see here, V1 is equal to VR2, okay, and what is your V2? If I try to write your V2, if you go back, V2 is equal to VR1. I'm trying to compare, so psi into VR1 square divided by 2 times your nozzle or blade, whatever it may be. So instead of that, simply I will write efficiency. That will be a better option. Rather than calling it simply wherever I want, I will simply write, instead of writing nozzle and this thing, I will simply write efficiency. So there won't be any confusion at all. Okay, here also I'll put it. And of same, so this will be equal to simply the efficiency. Now, if you try to compare, what is it actually? Your nozzle enthalpy drop. When you try to compare, if I call this as some equation 4, comparing equation 3 and equation 4, we can conclude that, okay, we can conclude that delta H of the stator or nozzle is equal to delta H of the rotor. Indirectly means, that means V1 square minus psi into V2 square by 2 in efficiency is equal to So VR2 square minus psi into VR1 square by 2 times the efficiency. That means they both are same. That is the meaning of it. Okay, that's the meaning of it. That is delta H of the nozzle or stator is equal. So this is only, see, when this is actioning, only when R is equal to 0.5. For other values, these things are going to change. Okay, these things are going to change. So a delta H of the stator and delta H of the rotor. Now, what I will do, so if I try to write combined it, see, then the enthalpy drop for the stage. The stage means actually what it is, that is delta H stator plus delta H rotor. So what I can write actually, the same thing I will repeat twice. So I can write it this equation. So the equation 3 I can write it as V1 square by 2 times efficiency into 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 phi cos alpha 1. Okay, plus the same thing I'm going to write 2 times. Okay, I can write the same equation 2 times. So that is your equation for, so half plus half. So V1 square by 2 plus V1 square by 2, this will become simply V1 square. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So this I can write it as V1 square by 2 times efficiency into 1 plus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi cos alpha 1. This is for that stator and both are same. I can write it. So V1 square by 2 times efficiency into 1 plus, sorry, 1 minus this, 1 minus this, 1 minus psi. This is 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi into cos alpha 1. So 2 times I'm writing. So this is V1 square by 2 plus V1 square by 2. Simply I can write this as V1 square by efficiency into 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi into cos alpha 1. So this is your enthalpy drop per stage. Okay, I'm going to call this as equation number 5. This is the enthalpy drop per stage, which consists of both stator and rotor. Okay, this is about the enthalpy drop. Now let's go back and see what is your work done. Okay, see, work done per enthalpy drop or heat drop per stage is your gross stage efficiency. If I try to obtain the expression for work done per enthalpy drop per stage, that will give your gross stage efficiency. Let's try to obtain the expression for work done per kg of steam or whatever it may be. So work done per kg. What it is actually, this is VW1 minus of minus VW2. So this will become automatically plus VW2 into U. Okay, already we know this. So every time we will write VW1 is equal to V1 cos alpha, VW2 is equal to VR2 cos beta 2 minus U. So need not write the same because those are from your velocity triangles. I'm going to use it actually. So I don't want to write it again. So this will be V1 cos alpha 1. Okay, VW2 is equal to VR2 cos beta 2 minus U into U. So this is your work done. And one more thing here, if you go back and see, your V1 is equal to VR2 and beta 2 is equal to alpha 1. See, if you go back and see here, your V1 is equal to VR2 alpha 1 is equal to beta 2. These things. Okay, this condition, because of our r is equal to 5, we'll write that. For r is equal to 5, sorry, for r is equal to 0.5, I am getting V1 is equal to VR2 plus 1 and beta 2 is equal to alpha 1, because the similar triangles ADB and ADF, both the triangles are same. So here what I'm going to write, therefore your work done expression W will be equal to V1 cos alpha 1 plus, I will write VR2, I will write it as V1 cos alpha 1. Okay, I will write V1 cos alpha 1 minus U into U. Okay, what this will be, V1 cos alpha 1 plus V1 cos alpha 1, this will become 2V1 cos alpha. This will be 2V1 cos alpha 1 minus U into U. Okay, this is what I am going to get. Now, we know this phi is equal to U by V1, or wherever U is there, I can write it as pi into V1. So, everything I want in terms of V1. Okay, this U, okay, because your U is equal to pi into V1. I'll substitute for that. Therefore, your W is equal to 2V1 cos alpha 1 minus pi into, if I into V1 into pi into V1. Now what will happen? This will be equal to, so 2 into V1 square. So 2 into V1 square. So V1 square I can take it out. So this will be 2 into pi into cos alpha 1 minus pi into pi square. So V1 square is coming out. I'm going to call this as equation 6. One step I jumped, that's it. Okay, V1 square, this is not U1 square, this is V1 square. Let me write it properly. This is V1 square I've taken out. So W is equal to V1 square into 2 pi cos alpha 1 minus pi square. So this is the expression for work done. And equation 5 is the expressions for enthalpy drop for the stage, which is consisting of both rotor and stator, or nozzle and rotor. Now what is gross stage efficiency? Therefore the gross stage efficiency, is equal to, okay, is equal to work done per kg of steam, work done per kg divided by, okay, divided by enthalpy drop, okay, divided by enthalpy drop or per stage, and anyway this also per kg only, everything is per kg. Now we have the equation 6 for work done, and we have equation 5 for your, see, we have equation 5 for enthalpy drop, equation this thing for your this thing. So I'm going to substitute it. So your gross stage efficiency is equal to V1 square into 2 into pi into cos alpha 1 minus pi square divided by, okay, this is V1 square by 2 times your efficiency, sorry, V1 square by efficiency, V1 square by efficiency, because V1 square by 2, V1 square by efficiency into 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi into cos alpha 1. V1 square just simply cancel out, and denominator of this thing will go to the numerator. Your gross stage efficiency is equal to, this is the nozzle efficiency or simply the efficiency, into 2 pi cos alpha 1 minus pi square whole thing divided by 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi cos alpha 1. Okay, this is the expression for, or if I want, I can retain the nozzle at the nozzle efficiency at the numerator, or this is simply simplifying, that's it. So you can retain the nozzle efficiency in the numerator, and I can write the same expression like this: 1 minus psi into 1 plus pi square minus 2 pi into cos alpha 1 whole thing divided by 2 pi cos alpha 1 minus pi square. Okay, this is what. If you want, you can open this bracket also. If you want to open the bracket, this will become, so I'm going to write it. This is a simplification, that's it. Is equal to your efficiency. Okay, here efficiency means it is efficiency of the nozzle or blade. You have to be very careful. Okay, whole thing divided by 1 minus, I'm just opening the bracket, 1 minus psi, so psi into plus, okay, then plus into minus is minus, psi into pi square, okay, yeah, psi into pi square plus, if you want you can retain as it is, okay, no need, let me retain as it is, then we can write it. At the end we can write it. This is called as equation number 7. Okay, this is equation number 7, where you know efficiency is equal to the nozzle efficiency or your blade efficiency or your vane efficiency. Okay, this is what we are going to get. Now, if we closely observe this, what are the variables we have? Okay, anyhow, psi is a coefficient. Okay, psi is a coefficient. So psi is something like it depends on friction and all, whatever it may be. Now you have an alpha and you have a phi. For a given value of alpha, say now why alpha is taken as a constant? Because I don't want to see this alpha depends on your previous, how you are maybe deflecting your jet, how you are deflecting your jet to the next stage or something. So for any given alpha, okay, for any given value of alpha, your gross stage efficiency becomes a function of phi. Okay, what will happen? Your gross stage efficiency will become a function of your phi. So to maximize this, okay, to maximize the gross stage efficiency, what we will do to maximize the gross stage efficiency, we are going to differentiate this, and with respect to phi and equate it to 0. To maximize this efficiency, we will try to do this. Okay, we'll try to do this. The gross stage efficiency is differentiated with respect to phi and equate it to 0. Can you do the differentiation and tell me the value of phi? What will be the value of pi? Hello, you guys are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please differentiate. So I need to take this is equal to, okay, differentiate this and get the value. Got it? What is the value of phi? Look at this. Maybe this thing, no, you need to modify and write. See, I can write it in this particular form. That is d by d phi is equal to, this is your nozzle efficiency divided by, okay, I can write 1 minus psi outside, okay, whole thing divided by, okay, so this particular thing I have to write it in a different way. Okay, I can write it as 2 pi cos alpha 1 minus pi square, okay, whole thing plus pi, whole thing plus pi. How this can be done? How this can be done? This is just a simplification. Because few things will just simply cancel out. You take the LCM of it. Okay, you take this thing. So in the numerator, many things will just simply cancel out. So only phi remains. Sorry, psi, not phi. This is psi plus psi. This is a sufficient. See, whatever you have, no, this is itself sufficient. If you want, you can write. This is just an optional. So if you differentiate, okay, see, if you differentiate this actually, what I'm going to get actually, I'm going to get only the numerator of it. So I'm going to get 2 cos alpha. See, if you differentiate, I will end up with 2 cos alpha 1 minus, so pi square differentiation is actually, it is 2 pi is equal to 0, or I can write cos alpha 1 is equal to phi, okay, or This is your optimal value. This is your optimal value. Once you have this alpha, if I try to substitute in my gross stage efficiency, so if I try to substitute in the efficiency equation, okay, this equation, that is this equation, what will happen? Efficiency into, so phi, wherever phi is there, I'm going to put cos alpha. So wherever I'm going to phi, I'm going to put cos alpha. So substitute for this actually, therefore your gross stage efficiency max is equal to efficiency into 2 times, okay, 2 times your phi, that is cos alpha 1 into cos alpha 1 minus pi square. This will become cos square alpha 1 whole thing divided by, okay, I'm going to put 1 minus psi into 1 minus psi into 1 plus, so phi square means cos square alpha 1, cos square alpha 1 minus 2 pi, okay, minus 2 cos alpha 1 into cos alpha 1. This is what I am going to get it. Now if you look at it, 2 cos square alpha 1 minus 1 cos square alpha 1 if I minus, so I am going to get efficiency into simply 1 cos square alpha 1, okay, whole thing divided by 1 minus psi into, okay, here, see, here I am going to get, say, cos square alpha 1, here also I am going to 2 cos square, so this will become 1 minus, okay, this will become 1 minus cos square alpha 1. So this is your gross stage efficiency max. So this is your maximum gross stage efficiency. So what will happen? See now, see this particular thing, if you see, this is equation number 8. This is equation number 8. This is the equation for, see, the maximum gross stage efficiency. See, the maximum gross stage efficiency depends on your optimum value of speed ratio, which is your cos alpha 1. Suppose I have an alpha 1 varying from 10 degrees, 15 degrees, 20 degrees, all those things. Okay, if I put alpha 1 is equal to 10 degrees, if I put alpha 1 is equal to 20 degrees. So what we have to do actually here, you have to check for it. Okay, so what you can do a simple exercise. So which you people can verify. Take that equation. So you take something on y-axis, your gross stage efficiency, and on x-axis, see, on x-axis you take pi is equal to u by v1, and on x-axis you have your gross stage efficiency. Okay, gross stage efficiency, you can start with maybe your pi value, you can start with 0, maybe 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, whatever the value you want you can take. Maybe on the efficiency wise you can start with maybe 20-30%, because 0 and or gross stage efficiency won't come. You can start with some 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's it, maximum. Now, what you want, I want you people to do is, okay, for different values of, say, you take some alpha, see, some alpha is equal to 10 degrees, alpha is equal to 15 degrees, alpha 1 is equal to 20 degrees, and alpha 1 is equal to 25 degrees. For these conditions, for different values of alpha, for all this actually, we have R is equal to 0.5. Okay, R is equal to 0.5. So nozzle efficiency, you can take some value between 0.8 to 0.95. You take any number, 0.9 or 0.95, whatever it may be. If there is any friction factor, the psi will depend on friction factor. You take that as 0.85 or whatever it may be. Okay, psi also you can vary between 0.8 to 0.95. So once you have this, so you go back to your impulse machine. Okay, you go back to your impulse machine, you had the same gross stage efficiency. Now see, now try to plot this gross stage efficiency. Okay, if this is what you're going to get for an impulse machine, okay, and I want you people to plot it for a impulse reaction. So this is for an a pure impulse turbine. Okay, this is what you're going to get it for a impulse reaction turbine. What I have shown is the nature of graph. Nature of graph. So what I have shown is for one particular value of alpha. Okay, one particular value of alpha. Now when you're trying to compare, try to put the plot for the same alpha. Same alpha 1. See, alpha 1, if I consider for your impulse machine as 10 degrees, even there also 10 degrees. If it is 15 degrees, here also 15 degrees. Try to do for 3 cases minimum. For 3 different cases. So either you can use an Excel, okay, either use Excel, okay, either use MS Excel or a code, a computer code in your MATLAB, all those things. Now you people are comfortable, use that and try to obtain this plot. You have got the similar kind of gross stage efficiency for impulse machine. You have got the gross stage efficiency expression for your impulse reaction machine. Now try to compare this. You have different expressions. Your expressions are different. For R is equal to 0.5. Maybe you can go ahead and look for R is for the condition for gross stage efficiency plot. You can do for a condition R is equal to maybe other value other than 0.5. That also you people can try. That's an optional thing. R is equal to 0 for impulse machine. R is equal to 0.5. This is a homework. Problem. What I am asking you people to do. Other than this case, you can try for other values of R also. Okay. If you're able